Riviere.
Ruling on a potential conflict.
What is your conflict?
I am a registered loan officer, mortgage loan officer.
There's no conflict.
I rise in opposition.
Please proceed in opposition.
Okay, the easy thing would be to keep my head down, let this bill go without comment. It's quite clear it's going to pass today. I have spoken on these measures several times on various aspects of them. There are several good elements to this bill, namely the improvements in Part 2 of the non-judicial foreclosure. The parts that I find unsupportable, from my point, are the moratorium on Part 1, which would effectively be about a 13-month moratorium. Granted, non-judicial foreclosures can continue in the Part 2. Part 2 has never been used. It's been on the books for several years. It's never been used. With the fixes that are in this bill, they may be used. They may not. We'll see. There are some concerns, and really the question is, what are we fixing here? There's trouble in the lending industry. There are people that are very passionate, and some people being put through hoops that they need not be put through or shouldn't be put through. And I'm not here to defend any banks or any institutions. I'm just standing up to speak about some of the issues and trying to take this in a rational form. The uncertainty of this, this program is that it will force mediation or likely result in mediation leading up to 198 days. That's 6 months. That's 6 months after, presumably, somebody has not paid a mortgage bill or there's been a dispute over the mortgage payments for 4 months. Every month that a mortgage is not paid or delayed adds to the cost to cure. So adding this, I don't know if in the end it helps anyone because of the uncertainties in the real estate market. The best policy, the best way to cure the situation would be to process these quickly. The vast majority of non-judicial foreclosures proceed unopposed. There are currently, it is possible to file a claim in federal or state court if you feel that you've been wrongly approached or put into non-judicial foreclosure. The state, they cannot kick you out of your house without going through court proceedings. There are many things. So anyway, not to belabor the points, but there's a couple other elements. Lenders will be subject to unfair practices if they violate any part of the law, and that means triple damages. That can be rather severe. Meanwhile, I noticed that if any of the delays are caused by the DCCA or any other party, there's no sanction. So the delays, we're at 198 days if mediated, 53 days if not mediated. So we're, no matter what, we're throwing 2 more months onto the process of curing the situation. 53 days, 2 months anyway. What I would suggest is that this bill would have been better to require mediation before the foreclosure process begins. By the time we get to foreclosure, it's very difficult to cure. The bills are piling up. So while I understand the situation, I also point out that 23% of our economy is related to the real estate industry. People buy appliances, they buy carpets, they buy drapes, they hire carpenters. There is a huge effect in our economy based on real estate. And if we create a great uncertainty, attempting to fix something, without really looking at the potential unintended consequences, I fear that we might be hurting our economy more than we need to. Loan modifications, okay, there are some scammers out there. There are many scammers out there. This bill does nothing to take care of the people who are fraudulently representing to owners that they can fix their loans. Many people that are caught in the problems and the stories that we hear have gone for loan modification. Maybe they paid somebody thousands of dollars to modify it, and they get down to the end and they realize that their loan never really was modified. That is a problem, and those people need to be brought to justice. There are people, due to the home affordable mortgage programs that was created in 2009, the federal programs to help mediate and to save people's homes. There are people that go through the process on temporary loan modification, but when they get to the final line, they do not qualify, and that becomes a tragedy. And those are things that are just unavoidable. So I don't plan on converting everybody here in the House on this, but I must say that
Representative Fontaine.
it's
I yield my
well-intentioned.
time, sir.
So ordered.
Thank you. It's a well-intentioned bill. I'm not faulting anybody. The bill started out well based on the task force recommendations. As it got worked on, it got more unwieldy, it got bigger, it got more cumbersome, and I don't believe the end product is nearly as good as the product when it started. So for those reasons, I'll be voting no. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Representative Marumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition.
Please proceed in opposition.
Yeah, at the beginning of the session, I was very distressed by the large number of foreclosures here in Hawaii, and I was looking for some sort of fix to the problem, a legislative fix. But I feel that this bill does not, it's not really the right medicine that really will not help the patient that much. I'm particularly concerned about the moratorium, and I think it will hurt our banking and mortgage industries and ultimately raise interest rates, which will depress our real estate market. I have other comments which I'd like to have inserted in the journal, so with your permission.
So ordered.
Thank you.